Hi guys, welcome to Let's Go Fishing. We are doing Aston Lake today. Aston Lake is just outside of Springs. Public venue, open to the public, and one of those venues that you don't have to drive far out of the city to have quality fishing. Some rumors about that there's some nice fish coming out. I'm here on a Wednesday and the bank is packed. Good signs. It just shows that the fish are biting. We're going to start the show off by mixing some feed. There's a lot of guys that's surprised with the Signature Series feed, the quality of it. We're just going to reiterate how you mix it. So the mixing instructions is on the back of the packet. So it's 2.5 cups to 1 cup of water. If you do it like that, you're going to have a nice and soft mealy bomb. But for the general public and people that don't like to use a softer mealy bomb, I'm going to do something different today. So I'm going to do a 3-to-1 mixture. So just 3 cups of feed. So we're going to double that up to 6 cups. And it's about the cup measurement. It doesn't matter how big your cup is. So we're going to do just like that. We're going to do 6 cups and 2 cups of water. If you don't want to make too much feed, you can just do the normal 3-on-1. That's 4, number 5, and the last one, number 6. So there we go. It's just doubled up on the, and then 1 cup of water. That cup wasn't entirely full. Make sure the cup is full. 2 cups of water, and I'm just going to mix that through. And it doesn't matter, you can put your water in first, you can put your feed in first, you can add a little bit of level 5, you can add some pellets, you can add some of our grit. Just mix this through properly, let it sit for a while, and I can press it and it's already almost ready to fish. It's going to soften up a bit as the feed soaks in the water. If this is now maybe too hard for you to fish with, all I do is, before I put a mealy bomb, I'll take some water, sprinkle it on, and just make sure it's soft enough. If it's too soft, just add a little bit of dry feed on top of this again. But this is a mealy bomb ready to go out, straight out, and that's going to dissolve and it's going to catch fish straight away. Easy peasy Signature Series feed, that's all you need. It's time to fish now. I'm going to bait up 2 rods. One is a long rod, one is a shallow rod. You guys know how I do it. So Aston Lake is one of those places where you can do a variety of floats. If you want to catch the bigger fish at Aston, you need to do the garlic float. So SWG garlic or the normal pink garlic. So what I've done here is my one SWG float was just about finished, and I had some space in my pink garlic float, and I just threw it in there. So I'm going to bait up 2 pink garlic floats. It's been a while since I fished with them, and people often ask me, why 2 garlics in your series? So it's just for the color. Garlic is one of the best selling floats on the market, and the difference between the two is only the color. So the pink garlic float and the SWG garlic float is exactly the same except for the color. If you can't find SWG because it sells out in most shops very quickly, go for the pink. You will be amazed, especially fishing the Val system. I'm just going to fish 2 floats today. This is one of the places that I have done it before. Just 2 garlic oozing floats, like I said, the pink ones, 1 on each hook. There we go, just like that. And the bottom here is hardish, so we can push them back into the bomb. I don't like doing this, but it is successful, especially if you fish Aston, just like that. So on the bomb, I'm going to do a little bit of strawberry jam. Oh, where's my strawberry jam? Strawberry jam, strawberry jam. Something that works very well here. Just a nice drop like that. And then with the strawberry jam, I'm going to do some Visconder. Ooh, my Visconder is very low. I wonder why. Here we go. Just like that. Let's get it in. This is my long rod. If you want to catch the bigger fish at Aston, try and cast a bit further. Fishing 10-pound line on this rod. So with a M1 weight, I'm just going to give it a lacquer thump. Around about that 120 mark. The other rod will fish a bit shallower, between 80 and 100 meters. We'll see when we get there. Let's get this one in. Guys, the way we mixed the feed this morning was what I call the dry mix. So it is a bit dry now. So all I do is I'll sprinkle a little bit of water on top, wet my hand properly, and then just grab the feed and make a mealy bomb out of that. If it's still too dry for you, you can just wet your hand another time, and there we go, softened up, and that's gonna be the perfect mealy bomb. Easy peasy. If it works for me, it's gonna work for you. On my second rod, which is my shallow rod, I'm going to do 2 Banlick hard floats, and I'm going to back that up with a custard bullet. No dough today. We're fishing ready-made baits, so just 2 Banlick floats. If you haven't tried the signature series Banlick float, the hard float, give it a bash. It is one of those floats that surprises me every time I fish it, although I also don't fish it a lot, and but every time I fish it, the combination flavor in the float is something different. It's one oil and one soluble that goes in there, just like that, and I'm going to back that up with 2 bullets, 9-carat gold hooks that I'm fishing today with. Wanna catch a ladyfish. So the custard bullet is one of those bullets, I just like to soften it up even a bit more. Is one of those bullets that you can use it basically with everything, and if you really want to get the most out of this bullet, you must fish it really fine, like what I'm going to do now. Almost you can fish it like a dough. I'll never replace my dough with the bullets, but on a day like today where I want to catch bigger fish, I'll do this any day, anytime. So roll it, press it on the stem of the hook, roll it around, just touch it up the line. There we go. I'm going to do ching chong cha on the shallow rod, not too much, and with a ching chong cha I'm going to do a little bit of DKW. DKW is our spicy floral honey, almost like the honey glow of the glory days, just a little bit better. We've got a bite on the deep rod and a bite on the shallow rod. Let's take the deep rod first. Boom, chakalaka. That didn't take too long. That was in the water for maybe 20 minutes. Let's pick this up a bit. Oh, it looks like there's a fish on that one as well. Oh, this feels proper. I must say, Ashton is one of those places. If you want to fish on a Sunday afternoon, you can pop in, quickly come catch a couple of fish. You can literally grab a dip or two, 1 or 2 floats, and come and fish. It's also enjoyable. They've got some chalets here. Not sure where you book it. I take it you'll get all the info at the gate. It is a public venue, open to the public. When you visit here, just do what we're doing on this program. I've been here 2 years back for a social event. Caught a lot of fish then, but exactly the same woodies. Back into it straight away. And this feels like a really nice fish. Right. This feels like a really nice fish. The water is very shallow here, I must say. It looks way deeper. Boom, chakalaka. There's our first fish for the day. Around about a 2 kilo fish. Not too shabby, not too shabby. 15 to 20 minutes in the water. Those 2 pink garlic floats. Keeps on doing it here at Ashton. Let's get it back. Thank you, fella. When I do fish the oozing floats on their own, I like to use the bigger floats, and I'll prefer a number 2 hook, either Fear None or DH55 number 2. And the reason being, the bigger floats just requires a bigger hook to get a proper hook set, just like that. And the same stuff on the bomb. Strawberry jam. Strawberry jam. The sweetest strawberry that you have ever smelt. Not so tasty though, but the carp love it, and that's all that matters. And then wiskunde. Got a little bit of flora in the water. There we go. Alright, let's throw this one back to its mark. Got a back bite on the deep rod. Let's see if it's there. Windy, 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 windy. Where are you? Nobody home. Oh, there is a fish. Somebody's home. Wind still day. Sometimes on a wind still day you need to do a little bit of less dips. Less can be more. Especially when you're going to the Val Dam or venue where when it's windy it's really good. When you get those wind still days, just do less dip and maybe downsize your hook baits a bit as well. They're always hungry, they've got no malls to go to, they have to feed to survive, so just give them what they want. While I'm on this, guys, you know we don't pre-feed. Left Rustenburg early this morning, picked up David at 20 to 5 and came here, wasn't sure where to sit. Did speak to a friend last night and saw this open spot on the left hand side of the bank. No feed in the water, we do it like you do. It's the right way to do it. Whenever you come to the venues that we fish, just do what we do and you'll be successful. But if you add anything, if you do anything different, then we can't guarantee that success. This fish is coming in quite quickly. Let's go get it. Second fish on the garlic oozing float, that pink one. I'm not going to throw that the whole day. It works, it always works here. So when you come to Ashton, remember that. So I'm going to put the garlic away, and then I'm going to switch to a hard aniseed float. So reason for the hard aniseed float, I've already hooked to on here. Reason for that is it's always something that catches bigger fish as well. So we're in search of those bigger fish. I'm going to back it up with the custard bullet again. If I had an aniseed bullet, I would have done that. Unfortunately, I don't have one, but I'm going to show you a thing that we do. We've always done it with a custard backing, and a custard bullet is nothing else than a custard backing. It just comes in a ball form. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the aptekersanies, and not too much now. There we go, just a little bit, and I'm going to rub that into. Yo, the smell out of this is simply awesome. Rub that in here, and I'm going to put that on the back of the float. Rather make it a bit long than make it short and fat. Bit up the line. There we go, just like that. So on the mealie bomb, I'm going to, not the hard aniseed, I'm going to put wah, which is a soft aniseed. Just smudge it like that. And there's a variety of things that you can fish with the wah. I prefer to fish a little bit of BG with it. Those two flavors combine extremely well, just like that. I'm standing here preparing the next mealie bomb onto the trace, and I hear a fish jump, and as I look up I just see my line straighten straight to where that fish jumps. So, and that's the fish that's on the line. So I know it's a carp. Boom, chakalaka. This deep rod is really dishing it out today. Got 2 bites on the shallow rod. Missed them both. So yes, it does happen. And I'm not sure, they just drop it, and when you pick up there's nothing there. Both bites within 15 to 20 minutes. Might be the hard float that they're not seeing it in the dirty water, and they're just feeding on a mealie bomb and just pushing that around. But there's hard floats on this one, backed up by that custard aniseed bullet that we just made, and it's on. There's a lot of people that ask us on social media, what tackle do we use? We must please tell them from the front to the end what tackle we're using. So starting with the hooks, I mainly use 2 types of hooks, being Daiichi DH55, and there I focus on 08s, number 1s, number 2s, and when it gets to barbel and stuff like that, we'll go a bit further up to number 7, or the Fear None, exactly the same same sizes. Those hooks are so close together, it's whatever I can get. And then when it comes to line, double X all the way, leader line, main line, hook links, everything. For my hook links I use Extreme Abrasion, 7 pound, strongest 7 pound on the market, point, end of discussion. There's nothing that beats that. Same with the leader, 24 pound normal high vis leader. I like the yellow, I like the orange, as long as it's double X. I don't use the Extreme for leaders, although the Camo Extreme I think is the best line for leader on the market. It's not in a bright color yet, like a see-through orange or the neon lime one. It's got a coating on, and I don't really like that. Here we go now, baby. Windy, 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 windy. That's a better pickup. So when it comes to that's basically what caps it on lines. Double X for me all the way, nothing else. When we catch the next fish, we'll talk about rods and reels and all the bits and pieces in between. This is a really nice fish. I must say Aston Lake is growing on me. Hey, Wana, come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Yeah. Ooh. Guys, you won't believe what just happened to me. Schoolboy error. The hook got snagged into the net. I was unhooking the fish and it got its head that way, went between my legs, snapped my hook link, got away. Nothing to show for it. I'm going to catch his big brother that smokes now. Let's see if this fish is still on. Windy, windy, windy. Yes, baby. It's swimming all the way to the left. Yo, some of the water went into my eyes, and when you've got sunblock on, you know what happens. You get that familiar burning sensation. Oh, this also feels nice. Let's see, let's see. First fish on the Aston Lake floats, third bite though. Don't know what happened with the other one. Small little fish. We're not going to spend too much time on this. Around about a kilo. Feisty little bugger. Went all the way to my neighbor. Picked up his line. But while I was busy with that other one, I must say they bite quite aggressively. Yeah. And healthy condition. There's a lot of fish turning way at the back. So I'm thinking of putting out a bottom trace a bit later. But I've got a red fly trace baited up for the long rod. Gonna do that once more. Then I'm going to switch to that bottom trace. Let me get this fish back and go catch another one. Here we go again. Long rod, 2 hard aniseed floats. That custard bullet rubbed with a little bit of aptekers anise. That's that strong aniseed oil of ours. And then on the bomb, the was the bright orange one, that is that one, and then the light orange is the BG. I must tell you, the flavor combination of these two dips is, it gets David's mouth going. Let's get it in. My shallow rod is ready, baited up. Ching chong cha. I'm going to do a bit more, and then the DKW. It seems like the bigger fish are a bit more to the back, but I'm going to do something here now that I don't like. I normally don't do it, but we've got quite a firm bottom, so just the Aston Lake float, push that firmly in, and the other one pushing it a bit deeper so that the smaller fish can't just get it out. Let's get it in. When it comes to line, in-depth discussion. These are the lines that I use. The neon lime unfortunately is not here, and the extreme Isopus. Alright. We want to discuss lines, and this policeman just shot straight up, so I can multitask. I'm going to show my wife now I can multitask. Alright, when it comes to line. There is some lines that I use that are not here, but when it comes to hook links, 7 pound extreme abrasion, the chameleon, that is what I use on my hook links, nothing else. That's my hook link of choice, and everywhere I go, if my life is on the line, that's the hook link I'm going to use. Next to that is the 10 pound. So 10 pound chameleon, there's a lot of guys that's been using that as well. So also extreme abrasion. The line I'm using here is the neon lime 10 pound extreme abrasion. very good casting line. There's not a lot of lines that gives me more distance than this. The only line for me personally that competes with the extreme abrasion when it comes to 10 pound is the yellow, the high-vis yellow, and then of course the normal high-vis white. Hey, tula wena, we're making a movie here. Alright, then when it comes to my leader line, 24 pound normal extreme abrasion, doesn't matter which color as long as it is one of the bright colors. I've got a spool of yellow as well. I use that, and no, the fish doesn't mind it. Never had a fish complaining when I caught them. So, and we do catch a lot of fish with it. When it comes to our traces, shaft lines, I like to use either 24 pound or the 27 pound normal high abrasion, and that is that for me when it comes to line. Double X, nothing else. There's only one X, and that's double X. It is easy, it's always available, best buy, value for money that you can get on the market. Even the 5 pound does last a long time. So if you fish anything else and you're not happy, get on the double X. I guarantee you it works for me. It's definitely going to work for you. Ooh, there's a vicious rail run here. Oh, long rod, small fish, short rod, big fish. That's how it seems for me. I'm not sure what's happening here. The ducks are making a noise. I'm getting tangled. The fish is just here. Let's quickly land it. Catch another one. This is really a small fish. I'm not even going to net this. I'm just going to drag it out, unhook it, and let it go. There we go. Small little one. 800 grams. Thank you, fella. This was a proper run while playing out that other fish. At first I thought it was off. It came in a bit, and now it feels very small. But that's fishing for you. When it comes to reels, what we're fishing with, I'm mainly fishing with two brands. My number one brand at the moment is Daiwa. There's various reels that I'm fishing. I'm fishing the M-Cast 5000 on my 10-foot rods. Then on my long rods, I'm fishing Daiwa Crosscast 5000 QC, and then the Daiwa Emblems, the 45 for more distance on the thicker line. And then when it comes to my medium rods, which is my 11-foot rods, I'm fishing my old trusted XTRB Shimano bait runners. So that's what I do. Rods, JL custom rods, 10, 11, 12 and 13 foot. That's my rod of choice, nothing else for me. My dad does them for me, and it's just a privilege to fish his rods and to support him with that. Let me go get this fish. It's just here. Ooh, a little mirrorcarp. Beautiful. Check out this beautiful little fish. Little mirrorcarp. Man, oh man. What a privilege. I'm just going to turn him around on the other side. Let's check the other side. Ay, Chonti. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, let's get him back. Thank you, Buta. I made a small change up again on the right hand rod. I'm fishing this rod at around about 85 meters, and it gave me a couple of nice fish. Lost a really nice fish there, but now the small fish are bugging me, so I'm going to throw it a bit further to that 100, 105. When you want to catch bigger fish in a place like Aston and the small fish keep on bugging you, what you do is just change up your flavors. If that doesn't work, just cast a bit further, a bit shallow, a bit to the left, a bit to the right. Just get off the feeding spot. That normally gives you a better fish. I'm just going to do this a bit further. For me, that's the easiest, to go a bit further. And I just made a small change up. 2 SWG floats. Basically everybody on the bank's fishing that. And then turbo garlic and a bit of wah. First time ever that I've thrown that together. So I'm going to put that out and see if we can catch a nice one with it. I want to throw this rod now. That one's going. I've just thrown that in. Let's first catch that one. Because what will happen now, the wind's blowing from left to right. And if I throw this now, the bow of this line is going to go over that line and I'm going to catch that line. So let's catch this one first. Windy, windy, windy. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? There are you. Oh, these small fish are all over the place now. But we keep it real. It's a result at the end of the day. I think I'm going to do that bottom trace now. Next cast on this rod, it's going to be a bottom trace. Really go way to the back and see if we can maybe smuggle out a big fish. Let's land this one. Sometimes it is just a bit better to wait before you cast that rod while the other one is biting, because catching your own line only means you waste a lot of time. On a social day, maybe not so, but the frustration of catching your own line is just as big. These small fish are absolutely everywhere. Wow, this one bit so quickly, my mealy bomb is still on. And this is the baby of the day. Oh, shame. And you know what would have happened now? So because you catch a small fish like this, the mealy bomb didn't dissolve because it's been in the water for only 2 minutes. So what happens then is the mealy bomb helps the trace to come up. This little small fish hasn't got the power to swim it down, and if that other line was in the water, 100% sure I would have caught that line. So remember that next time you go out. The fish that bites is the most important one. Get it out before you put the next rod in. Hey little one, you must grow up, get big. Got another fish on the line. This is that turbo garlic and the wah that I've thrown for the first time with those 2 SWG floats. Went a bit off the spot, like I said, and it already feels like, it's not a big fish, but it feels better. So, but there's small fish all over the place now. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to fish away from them. So we're actually not putting the bait combinations and everything into the water that's going to catch you a bag full of fish. We're trying to catch bigger fish, and sometimes you just make the day difficult for yourself by doing that, but we want to show you bigger fish, and that's why we do it. So at the end of this program, what we're going to do, we're going to put a list of combinations of the signature series stuff that works very well at Aston Lake. So if you want to come to Aston Lake, those are the combinations that you can fish, especially if you want to catch a lot of fish. This is not a big fish, but it's a fish, it's a result. Big or small, we catch them all. While I'm bringing this fish out, like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do that. The more subscribers we get, the more we can do this. Here we go. There's plenty of these little fish. It seems like a year ago there was a really good spawn, and they are absolutely everywhere. I'm getting it straight back to catch another one. Now this is something that you don't see me throwing every day. There is some really nice fish jumping way at the back, and what I've done here is I prepared a bottom trace with a 85 gram weight, and I'm going to throw this as far as possible. Small little bomb on there, just a little bit of Bass Plus on the bomb, and then on the top hook just a oozing float, aniseed oozing float, which I shook back into a little bit of fluorescein, and on the bottom hook a hard garlic float with both hooks with a bit of bullet at the back of it. I'm going to give this everything, the whole kitchen sink and all the dishes in it. Let's see how far it goes. I'm putting this on the ground. Keegan, this one is for you. Oh, windy. There's some weather coming in. Small fish are bugging us. The sun is burning me. David is eating all the food. Yeah, David, the man up behind the camera. No, I'm only joking. We're trying to catch bigger carp, but I must say these small carp are all over the place. We're gonna catch 1 or 2 more and try and beat the weather, try and head out. I've thrown a bottom trace, put it on the ground, really threw it very far. I haven't thrown that far in a long while, and it was in the water for about 20 minutes, and I just saw there's something different on the policeman now, and took it out, and lo and behold, a small carp, not even 500 grams, so not even that works here. A suggestion: if you come to Aston Lake, bring some snake worms, bring some barbel bait. There is some really nice barbel here, and if you throw for them, you're going to catch them. There's a couple of people that has caught barbel on the bank, and but I think the main thing at Aston is come and enjoy it. There's lots of fish to catch. If you fish in that one spot the whole day, you're definitely going to catch a lot of fish. The guys to my left have been doing it, and in between the small fish they've been catching bigger fish. Next time when I come here, I'll definitely keep on catching the small ones and catch the bigger ones in between. I fished away from them, and that's not always the right thing to do. A small little fish. Boom chakalaka! A soft boom chakalaka this time. Small little carpy. I'm going to catch 1 or 2 more, then pack up and head home. Laka, big or small, we catch them all. I have made another change, back to the pink garlic oozing floats. I just call them the Aston Lake garlic floats. A bit of Nesquik on the bottom and a bit of G-Fox with that. I'm throwing everything at them now. I want to catch a bigger fish, but if they're not interested in it, stuff them. Then I'll catch all the small ones. Let me get it out. Guys, we've come to the end of the fishing show and the start of the casting show. There's a lot of people that ask us, please show us how to cast, show us what you do, you make it look easy, wara. So casting is easy. There's a couple of basics that you need to understand and know how to do it when you cast. So we're going to start by picking up the rod. So the rod's on my stand. How do you pick up the rod? You take your hand between your ring finger and your middle finger, and you fold it completely around the rod, like so. If your thumb goes on top of the rod, you're not going to get distance and you're not going to be as accurate as you can be. So thumb always around the rod, and then let me just wind this up. So your hands around the rod, and you're just going to extend your index finger behind the middle of your fingerprint and hook it like that. Do not press against the rod. You cannot open without relieving pressure on the total rod if you do that, but if you do that, you can just open your finger. If your thumb is on top of the rod, you cannot release your index finger without taking pressure off here, and that's going to cause inaccuracy, and it's going to cause you to get less distance. All right, second thing that we need to do, your drop meaning from the tip of your point to where your trace normally is, needs to be consistent. Play around with that. If you cast very high, make it shorter. If it doesn't work, make it a bit longer. I measure it on the eyes of the rod. I always like to be on my short rods, I like to be in between the bottom 2 eyes. That's for a parabolic type rod, something that I've got here. For my stiffer rods, I want it just above the bottom eye. When I do that, I can generate a lot of power, and I can get the rod to bend. If you get the rod to bend, you generate power, and you're going to cast a lot further. I'm going to do the stance that I normally do. So this is how I'll start out. I've got the rod firmly grabbed. My index finger is extended. Your bottom hand goes on the bottom of the rod, not here, there, because you're going to have to generate power with your left hand. So I'll extend my left hand like a marching hand. and then I'll lean forward into the cast. So from here it's quite easy. All I'm going to do is I'm going to rock back slowly, weight on my back foot. As I go back, my rod picks up. When I'm at my furthest, I will just go forward and step a bit forward, pull with my left hand and push with my right hand. So your right hand, we say in Afrikaans, is jou toef, jou rigtinghand. It gives you direction. Now you'll never forget that. Alright, so this is your directional hand. You get a mark on the other side. You line it up with the bottom of your rod. If your right hand ends up on your mark, you will cast on that mark. I'm going to do a 100-meter cast for you, and you'll see how easy this is. Lean forward. Come back slowly. Pull left, push right. 100 meters on the dot. As easy as that. That wasn't a hard cast. Ernie Els always say, the faster you go back, the bigger the trouble you make. So go back slowly. Once you reach your pivot point at the back, come back, pull with your left hand, push with your right hand, and you're going to make it so much easier for yourself. Okay, I'm doing another cast. I'll line up my target with the bottom of my rod. My left arm is extended, my right arm is extended. I'm going to rock back very slowly, keep the arm straight, pull left, push right. 100 meters on the dot. As easy as that. That wasn't a hard cast. This is a 11-foot JL custom rod. So you don't need to put power to cast very far. You just need a rhythm, and you just need to understand the mechanics of how the rod is supposed to work for you. Before we're going to do our last cast and talk you through it again, I'm quickly going to show you how to put a millibomb on in the correct way. So what I've done, I've taken some millibomb and I've molded it into a shape with my hands, and my trace is hooked on my stand. So I want to put tension on my trace. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the line to cut the millibomb into the middle, and then I'm just going to ask David to come around and show you what I do at the bottom of the millibomb. So at the bottom of the millibomb, I'm just going to push the weight right in the center. So the bomb is basically going to sit on top of that. And what I'm going to do now is turn it and squeeze it and compact the millibomb on top of that weight. So everything that's in front of the millibomb is going to basically stop the weight from pulling through it when you cast. Everybody's got a different way of working with their hands, but if you compact this millibomb properly onto the weight, you can throw a soft millibomb really far. And that is the art of proper bank angling. With light weights, soft feed, you'll always catch more fish. When it's done, you can spin it like that, and if it spins like that one does, you're not going to throw it off. When it wobbles, you're definitely going to have a problem when you try and put distance on it. Easy peasy. Let's make that last cast before this weather catches us. Just a quick talk through again. Hand around the rod, no thumb on top of the rod. My finger does not press against the rod. I'm going to grab the rod with my left hand on the bottom. I'm going to lean forward into the cast. I'll get my mark. I'll line my mark up with this part of the rod. I'm going to rock back very slowly, keep my arm straight, pull left, push right, and that's going to hit the clip, punks, on the same spot every time. It's easy, easy, easy. Go practice it. Practice makes perfect. It makes it a lot easier. Nobody was born with a rod in his hands. It's something that you can practice. When you come to a lake like Ashton, throw one rod in, take one rod, make a couple of practice casts. It does help you a lot. If you can cast, you can fish. Guys, we've come to the end of our program. The weather is moving in quite quickly. Unfortunately, the small fish did hamper us today. I tried to fish away from them, and it made our day way longer than what it should have been. Ashton is really a place where you can catch a lot of quality fish. Yesterday we had lots of rain. I think that had to do with it as well. So when you come here, just come and do what we do. We're going to put a lot of combos for you on the back end of this program. Just do that, you'll be successful when you come here. And when you catch those fish, put a photo on our Facebook page and tell us what you caught them with. We're going to pack up. See you guys next time.